Here are 5 exercises that you will try. The 5 exercises I chose are definitely not just something random that I pulled out of my booty. These exercises are some of my favorite ones, and that is because they have made the biggest impact on my own physique. And I'm not here to gatekeep anything. I'm here today to share these awesome exercises with you. The first exercise you absolutely have to try is the seal row. Judging just by the name, you probably have no idea what this exercise is. And that's okay, as I consider this exercise to be part of the bodybuilding underground, as most of the other exercises in this video. Because let's be honest, you don't need me to tell you that you should try doing the bench press, because you are already doing that. I'm here to show you the hidden gems that you just have to try, because they are that good. The seal row is basically a variation of the classic chest supported row you know. But in my opinion, the seal row is miles better than the classic chest supported row. Because of the way your body is positioned on the seal row, you can get an incredible stretch of the back at the bottom and a super juicy squeeze at the top. And remember, you are doing this with literally zero ability to cheat, because you can't do anything when you lay like this. So every single rep is as clean as it gets. And because of this, the progression on the seal row feels super rewarding. Because each time you manage to do an extra rep, you know that you clearly got stronger. Because this exercise is 100% honest with you. You can either do it properly or you will not be able to do it at all. All of this makes the seal row look like the best exercise ever, but there is a reason why it has been stuck in the bodybuilding underground. The problem with the seal row isn't even in the exercise itself. The problem is that setting this up is super difficult, because you need very niche equipment that most of your home gyms or even regular commercial gyms just don't have. First of all, you need a bench that you can elevate really high, because when you do the seal row, you need enough space below you so that the barbell and the plates don't bang the ground, because then the exercise is worthless. You need enough space so that you can let your back fully stretch at the bottom of the rep. What I do in my home gym is that I put a couple of wooden planks under the bench which will elevate it enough so that I can do the exercise comfortably. Yeah, it's kind of scuffed, but it works. The other super niche piece of equipment that can improve this exercise even further is this funny looking bar which makes the peak contraction even better than with a regular bar. But yeah, this equipment is super niche once again. If you are able to somehow make the seal row work, you should 100% give it a shot. Put it in place of your barbell row or whatever rowing exercise you are doing and see if you like it. The second exercise I absolutely need to mention is the cable crunch. No matter how many videos about abs I make, people will keep on doing planks and just rolling on the floor without any signs of real progression. The cable crunch is definitely my number one choice for building abs, because it allows you to load your abs with a lot of weight in a way that is actually good. If you compare the regular sit-up with the cable crunch, then you can clearly see the point where the problem starts. Once you get to the 45-pound plate on the sit-up, going above that starts to get super awkward. If you have ever tried doing a sit-up with more than one plate, you already know how infuriating it is. But loading up more weight on the cable crunch is buttery smooth, and it feels like you just entered ab training heaven. The loading profile of the cable crunch is just unmatched. Granted, if you have never done the cable crunch, it might be pretty difficult to figure out how to do it correctly, because a lot of people just pull the weight with their arms instead of their abs, and you really need to make sure that your abs are the one lifting the weight before you start going crazy with loading up more and more weight. So if you are tired of ab training that just seems to waste your time, go try out the cable crunch and finally experience some real progress. The third exercise I really want to talk about is dead hangs. While dead hangs might not be as underground as other exercises in this video, they are not really being considered by the bodybuilding crowd as an option at all. Most folks just think it's some weird exercise that really has no point. But if you're at least a little bit like me, the dead hangs are a life changer. And I'm really not trying to over-exaggerate this, because it really is that good. If you spend a lot of your day sitting down, then doing dead hangs will give you such a satisfying relief. I, for example, spend a lot of time sitting down writing scripts or drawing pictures. And even though I got a standing desk, you simply can't stand all day. So after finishing some work, doing dead hangs and decompressing your spine is just beyond amazing. The other reason why I value dead hangs so highly is because it can help you if you got some shoulder problems. I am of course not a doctor, but I can tell you my experience with it. I have had a messed up shoulder for a very long time. I even had a surgery done and it got messed up once again. Simply put, some part of the shoulder that connects to the shoulder blade keeps tearing, which then makes it really hard to stabilize the shoulder. And the dead hangs are really good at strengthening your whole scapula, which will drastically improve your shoulder stability. So if any of these things are relevant to you, dead hangs might very well be the solution you have been looking for. Now it's time for the fourth exercise, but before we get into it, let me super quickly show you my beginner and advanced bundle. Hey, don't skip, it will be really short. I really wanted to create as simple of a journey for you as possible, which you can just follow without feeling overwhelmed. If you have been working out for a short time, or if you are starting all over again, the beginner bundle will teach you everything step by step, starting with the proper form and ending with what you should eat to reach your goal. And if you are already more advanced and you want to level up your routine, the advanced bundle is exactly what you are looking for. You can learn more about both of the bundles by clicking the first link in the description. Alright, the fourth exercise is rice bucket training. This is probably the most underrated exercise in existence. Some people are so desperate to get big forearms and hands, but keep refusing to do this, just because it looks goofy. But once you give it a shot at least once, you will feel how crazy it feels firsthand. And the best part about it is that it's not only for increasing the size of your forearms and hands, it's also got some awesome healing properties. I am absolutely certain that if I wasn't doing this exercise, I would absolutely speedrun getting the carpal tunnel syndrome. Because you might think, all those drawings, he surely has a drawing tablet or something, right? But no, I just draw everything with my mouse in MS Paint like an absolute psychopath. And if you have ever tried drawing with a mouse for a prolonged period of time, you know that it's as comfortable as laying on one of those beds with 10,000 nails on them. If I wasn't doing the rice bucket training, my wrist would probably look like Swiss cheese, so this alone should give you a good idea of how impactful it really is. So if you have been chasing some more forearm and hand size, or you just feel like your wrists are going to fall apart, rice bucket is where it's at. Now we finally got to the fifth exercise, which is rocking, which if you still don't know is walking with added weight, which allows you to progressively overload in the same exact way as if you were doing some exercise in the gym. That is why I absolutely love this exercise, and I know that you will too, because it really tickles the bodybuilding brain to the maximum. Plus it solves the problem which most people who are trying to get into cardio have, because the first thing people think about when they want to start cardio is running. And you, the one watching this video right now, have probably done the same exact thing, which if you let me guess probably ended in an absolute disaster. You probably went on a run, got absolutely destroyed, then your lungs hurt for a week and you gave up. But it's different with rocking, as it gives you the ability to start super slow. You can simply just walk with like 5 pounds or even less when you are starting out. And let's be honest, cardio doesn't get any easier than just walking. So if you can't even do that, I really don't know what to tell you. You might just be an unsavable cause. Over time, as you carry more weight and pick up your pace, you will be able to burn absolute mountains of calories, and your cardio level will be completely through the roof, which will not only make you look great, but it will also help you perform better in the gym, because you won't be completely gassed out in the middle of the workout anymore. Before I leave you to try some of these exercises in your next workout, I just wanna say that if you are a beginner, just stick to the basics for now. You can save this video for later once you got the basics in check. But until then, don't experiment with random stuff. First, learn the basics. But for the rest of you, go to town and let me know in the comments how it went. Good luck in the gym, and I will see you in the next one. If you like this video, you should check out this one too.